guys. All right, so I'm here to walk you through creating your castle using our building sheet. And it's going to go step by step with you, but I just want to go over a couple of those big things in case you're having trouble figuring out what to do next. All right, obviously, choose vertical or horizontal. That's going to help you. Now, this lets you know if you are using a ruler how to mark the middle of your paper. However, we learned a trick when we were doing our lovely still life that we could hold the paper edges together like this, not press it down. But then I'm going to pull with my pencil to the center and flick it on the way out. Woohoo! So now I actually have the center of my paper. That's going to be helpful because sometimes I'm going to want to really line up my basic pieces. Now, there are 2 pages that follow that show you, oh, well, you could use the pieces here. You could change this. This is just an idea. You may have a totally different plan of how you want to lay yours out. You guys had a sheet that had little shapes to cut out that will help you get your shapes even as opposed to being really stressed about it. So, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make up my own. I'm going to start with a 1 right here. It's a lot like drawing, like you're figuring out where Legos would go. You're just building in a flat surface. All right. I want it to be twice as thick as a regular one. Okay. Then, you know what? On top of that, I want 2 smaller towers. So here's this one. And here's this one. Ooh, if I can pick it up. It does help if you're able to print your castle pieces on cardstock. That may not be an option for everybody, but that is something that helps if you have it. Okay. You know what? I want to do a skinny tower. I'm going to move it down a little bit so it looks like it's in front. Remember, where you put the bottom of things is going to define how close or how far it is from the viewer. So things that are lower on the paper appear to be closer. Okay. There we go. And see, the reason we have castle pieces isn't because you can't draw your own shapes. It's just that it makes it a little bit easier to line things up and get them equal. All right, and then last but not least, I'm going to have 2 big rectangles over to the side. All right, I'm moving it further up the paper from our last one, which means that it is what? Further back. Yay! Okay. So now that I've got this, I'm going to keep using my pencil to draw. That way I can make changes and adjustments wherever I need to. I don't want to get in a situation where I can't change something. I do want to create a little line right here. It's going behind and making a bigger wall. And then you know what? I think it would be fun to have the triangle toppers, almost like a Disney castle. Which actually, the Disney castle was based on one of Ludwig II's castles in Bavaria. It's called Neuschwanstein, which means the new swan house, which is its own level of special. It is beautiful. It's a site you can tour now, but it is up in the mountains and it feels like a fairy tale. Okay, so once you've got your thing laid out the way you want it to, it's going to walk you through, okay, if you want to make your castle appear 3D, how do you do that? And goes step by step and shows you. And then it shows you what it would look like if it was 3-dimensional. And then it talks about details. Obviously, you need windows and doors. You might decide that you want flags on your castle, or you might want, a different door knocker on your big door. So, however you decide to do that, it's got some ideas for you to think about. It also goes through texture. So, if you want to create stones or you want to create rocks, and then you need to put in your scenery. So, for example, like a river and mountains, on flat land, on hills, in the beach with some sand. I've even had one on the moon before. So, there's lots of different places you can do it. And it does have a check sheet. So, before you Sharpie, things to check for, looking for your even ovals and curved bottoms. Oh no, not overly curved. Oh no, not a flat bottom. It talks about leaning possum teeth, looking at your evenness of your arches, and going through all those things to fix before you Sharpie. All right, guys. So I know you're going to do a great job. Keep yourselves thinking of new ways to make the world's most awesome castle that you would absolutely want to defend if you were a knight or a king or a queen. All right. Talk to you guys later.